video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about different ways that you might invest in mobility equipment that actually works for you and not the mobility equipment that you are told that works for you based on your insurance company and how disabled they believe you actually are. Because, yeah, you don't actually have to believe the insurance company when it comes to what equipment actually works for your own life. So today I wanted to take a moment and talk about how I met the mobility equipment that I have, what resources are out there for parents, caregivers, and individuals looking for a certain type of mobility equipment, and how you might know about it if you're in the process of getting a new piece of equipment, or even if you've been denied a piece of equipment by insurance, but you know it would benefit you in the long run. So the first thing I want to say is that Medicaid waivers, depending on the state that you live in, some Medicaid waivers will cover home modifications as well as durable medical equipment under a service code called services and services. Unfortunately, here in Missouri, and services code is no longer available to the recipients under the home and community-based services, so you are no longer able to bill for things like a wheelchair, a walker, a diaper, baby wipe, medical trash bag, or anything that you were billing under that code, you are no longer able to bill under that code. So the first thing that is important to realize is, yeah, I know not everyone is financially able to support themselves or support the idea of getting your dream wheelchair. And I, for one, am here to tell you it is the hardest thing that you will ever go through. You go through insurance denial, you go through a lot of pain, and a lot of PT evaluation with something that doesn't work for you. But then you realize there are other ways. And that other way I would like to talk to you about today is called a Mo-able account, or an able account, maybe not Mo, depending on what state you live in. And basically what a Mo-able account allows you to do as a disabled individual is it allows you to pay money without Medicaid hindering or jeopardizing your monthly benefit, Social Security, or your Medicaid waiver. So it is basically an account that allows you to pay any amount of money. It could be $1, it could be $500, or it could be $2,000. It doesn't matter. It allows you to pay that money for basically a rainy day without Medicaid knowing. But here's the thing about Mo-able account. Mo-able account is not like a regular bank account. Mo-able account was built on the belief that you can use that money for paying rent or higher education if you wanted to go to college and you needed an aid with you 24/7 and your waiver didn't cover it. Maybe your Mo-able account will, or home modification because a waiver service is no longer available, or a can be paid for by a Moable account. And believe it or not, technology and mobility equipment have wheelchair, walker, and adapted trailers, all fall under the category of health and wellness, which is a category under Moable, and technology. So yes, you can totally go and buy your dream equipment using your Moable account with no problem. So now the next question is, how do you do that? Well, the first thing that I recommend you do before using your Moable account to purchase a big piece of equipment is I recommend that you go to a disability trade show and try out the equipment for yourself. Make sure that you actually like the equipment before buying it. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I do that without a doctor's note or without a approval from an insurance company? Because usually, on an everyday basis, you have to go to a doctor, have them write a medical slip, tell you if medically necessary, tell you what components to buy, tell your mobility dealer all that information prior to being invited to make a wheelchair seating evaluation. But with Moable account, you will be paying out of pocket for the equipment, for the piece of equipment. So how do you know you like it? Well, there are things called a disability trade show. And what are disability trade shows, you ask? Well, a disability trade show is a convention of all types of different companies, like Nimbo, Weston, EDCN, with all the big equipment dealer names are there. And they are event to the public, and basically it is a massive showroom of equipment, and you can try any or all types of different equipment to see if it works for you. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to buy anything. They just have a million different equipment displays, and you can also talk to their sales representative and say, I'm interested in buying this piece of equipment. What do you have on this equipment? What components do you have right now on display? What am I using? What do you recommend to me? And I guarantee that salesman, yeah, they might try and rip you off, but at the end of the day, they are there to help you, and they are there to inform you about your product. So the first step in this whole process, after you obviously enable your Able account and have money in it, once you have built up a funding for in your Moable account, the next thing you want to do is try out the piece of equipment in a disabled trade show. So try it out, test drive it. Like I rode my bike around the convention for 20 minutes, and then I asked the person a whole bunch of questions about like how does it work, what components do you have. Then I had them write it down. So after you try a piece of equipment out, have them write it down and be like, I need to know the model number that I'm using, in addition to all the different components that I'm also using on this piece of equipment. Because for many of you know, we don't buy a piece of equipment with no component. But most of the time, you need to add the fancy wheel or the fancy handle, depending on what you need. And no components don't come on base model, so make sure you have them, write it down. The next thing you want to do, once you have it all written down, is you want to go home and go on Facebook Marketplace and look for the item that you are looking for. For example, if you were looking for a written adaptive tray, you would type in written adaptive tray on Facebook Marketplace. And then you want to see if there's an ad for one. And if you find the one that you are looking for, the next thing you want to do is you want to message the person that is selling the bike. And or whatever, it doesn't have to be a bike. You want to message the person that you are buying the piece of equipment from and be like, hi, is this still available? And then if they say yes, you then want to say, I'm going to put the wording right here for you. You then want to say, I'm really interested, and then ask all your questions. And once you do that, you then want to let them know that you're going to be using your Moable account or whatever your Able account is for in your state, and be like, and then tell them what it is. Tell them that it's a disabled savings account that helps you buy a technology or health equipment or mobility equipment, whatever you're purchasing. Tell them that the Able account allows you to purchase it. However, you will need a receipt with your name, the date you bought it, and the reason you bought it, as well as who you bought it from. That way you have a digital record how you are able account if they ever ask for it. So you want to let them know that, hey, I'm buying this piece of equipment. However, I'm buying it in a very unique way with a disability savings account. Could you write me a receipt that tells the people that I actually bought it from you for health reasons or whatever the reason may be? Doesn't matter. Make sure that the reason you're using is on the Able account website, which I will put and the reason right here. What you have the equipment, and you have that receipt for Moable. The next thing you want to do is let's see, I'm trying to think what the next thing. The next thing you want to do, what you have the receipt for the piece of equipment that you are buying. If you want to go into your Moable account and make sure that you have moved the money to your bank account. You cannot buy things with the Moable account online. You have for either A, you have to, what you are made to deal. You either have A, how many help you pay it, and then we invest them via mail or check, or you can have your money for that product moved on to your able account prepaid account form, which you could receive in the mail after setting up your mobile account and after you have had some money put into the account. So after you are made of a deal and after the individual says, yes, I want you a receipt, the next thing you want to do is make sure your mobile account money is moved to the right payment method that you will be using. Once you have done all that and completed the transaction, the next thing you want to do is, if you need to buy additional component for the equipment that you want to buy, this is the time that you would not buy the original product from the manufacturer. You want to buy the original product used and then buy the component new, because oftentimes the components are way more affordable than the actual piece of equipment. So once you have the actual piece of equipment, then you can go to the manufacturer website and buy it, and buy the components that you need new. And that is pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but I hope this video was helpful. If it was, like this video, comment down below.